She didn't get pushed out, she walked out, cashed up, and came back speaking the language the internet actually listens to: virality, speed, and risk. In a rare sit-down, Iggy Azalea just laid out the playbook: why she retired from music, how she made life-changing money off platform content, and why a meme coin called Mother might be the most misunderstood thing she's ever done. But buried in the glossy headlines is one admission almost everyone missed, one that explains her rise, her fall, and her next power move. Let's get into it. But first, the receipts. ABC's Nightline just aired a segment literally titled "Retired from Music, Iggy Azalea is a Crypto Entrepreneur," where Iggy talks about walking away in 2024 and building a tech-leaning business lane. Independent trackers show her coin's current market cap hovering in the single-digit millions after peaking around the 9-figure range during last year's frenzy. And yes, she says those viral $48 million claims were exaggerated, though the cash was still life-changing. Remember 2014 Iggy? The diamond-cut hook on Fancy? The stadium-size bangers? The supernova pop rap era? That version of Iggy burned bright and burned fast. By early January 2024, she pulls the pin. "I'm not finishing the album." Not "maybe later," not "we'll see." She says she feels more passionately about design and creative direction than writing songs. In other words, the delivery vehicle changed, not the need to create. That line tells you everything. She isn't stepping back. She's switching mediums. But walking away from the machine doesn't mean walking away from attention. The coin proved that. In the interview, she finally says it plainly. The money from her pivot was real, but not the $48 million meme headline. It was lower, still game-changing, the kind of oxygen creative people never forget. If you've ever gone from scraping to secure, you know that security buys you truth. She admits she'd lost millions early on by signing some DMN-naive deals. The sting isn't the amount, it's the realization. Every yes you give the wrong person is a no you accidentally gave yourself.
The same industry that catapulted her, ghosted her.
What was it like living in that moment?
I think the hardest thing about it, honestly, was seeing the way that the other artists in the music industry would distance themselves from me publicly, that I was only welcome in secret. And I think over time I just got tired of it.
She also opened up about the darker side of the music industry involving money, and here's what she had to say.
I've lost millions of dollars to people that I signed bad business deals with in the beginning.
God.
Sometimes you don't know you're getting because you're like, it feels so good, and they're actually f***ing you. But I love it. Because when you've been poor, any money, or a lot of money, still making a lot of money, you're like, this is everything I dreamed. Why would I ever question this? And then you find out later, actually, the money that if you made $15 million that year, if you weren't getting f***ed, you would have made 40.
And Iggy? She understands attention like a surgeon understands arteries. Spring 2024. Mother launches on Solana and detonates. Within 2 weeks, outside reporting pegs its paper value at roughly $240 million. A meme spun into a market cap powered by a feed that never sleeps. If you remember the timeline, it felt like every crypto account had an opinion, and every think piece writer suddenly knew tokenomics. The coin's emblem? An unapologetically memeable brand stamp designed to travel at the speed of screenshots. People who lived through the mid-2010s remember the split. Some fans heard a catchy voice. Others heard a costume. Linguists, critics, and artists debated whether her performance of African-American English in songs was fluency, mimicry, or something more loaded. Mainstream outlets covered it, often framing her as a flashpoint for appropriation in the streaming era. That discourse was messy then, and it's messy now.
What was it like being caught at the heart of the issue of race, and you're being told you're using a black cent, you're appropriating?
Yeah, I think it was a lot, and I said things that I shouldn't have said in retrospect as I've gotten older, that I'm like, that's a horrible take that you had, but it was just a bad, perfect storm where you've got someone I have my limited view of America or culture, and I'm in the middle of these very heated, controversial conversations and very political, and I'm also 23, 24 during this, and so I think I know everything.
But it didn't come from nowhere. What's different today is her tone. Instead of arguing the decimals, she goes macro. I regret having an opinion at all in some moments. That's not an apology that asks for a cookie. It reads like someone who understands that being right online and being respectful offline aren't the same sport. It also lines up with the rest of the pivot. Boundaries, control, fewer rooms where she's tolerated in secret and dragged in public. If you've ever taken a win that still felt complicated, you know that feeling. Does reflection erase impact? No. For some listeners, the accent will always sound like a mask. For others, growth is growth. She also endeared herself to people by saying things people are too afraid to say.
Same with women, looks can only go so far.
Yeah,
Especially
like
if
a
you live in
point.
Miami. Everyone in Miami is really pretty. So it's like at one point, I noticed that when I was doing Motherland and I was auditioning all the girls, and they were all really beautiful. And like I said, there's about 50 of them. But some of them, particularly some of the most beautiful ones, when you put them on camera, it's like they didn't know how to talk or have a personality because they're just used to their looks doing the work for them. And then when you actually put them in an environment to talk, some of them are just like, "Ah." I'm like, how do you end up with that for your whole life? It would be really boring.
Name the harm, adjust the behavior, move with more care. What Nightline captured is a woman who understands that public image is a receipts game. And she finally brought her own receipts to the table, not to win a comment war, but to put a period on that paragraph. The clips show her saying the quiet part plainly, and that plainness is new. It also explains the business pivot. If your voice is always the battlefield, you either keep fighting or you change the battlefield. She changed it, from arguments over cadence and code switching to arguments over product, phones, plans, a casino, a token. You can still disagree with the choices, but now the debate has SKUs. That's the point. She moved the conversation from who gets to sound like what to who gets to own what. Iggy also revealed how her relationship with Playboi Carti didn't work out for her. They dated from 2018 to 2020, but they ended up breaking up, and here's why.
I think the hardest thing, honestly, to find is someone that's like intelligent and smart, but also fucking really hilarious.
True.
Because sometimes funny people just they're too chaotic or they do shit that's too dumb. Or really smart people, they're boring as fuck. And you're like, shake a little ass on the yacht, sir. You know? From time to time.
Motherhood wasn't a brand for her, it was a boundary. Her son Onyx shows up as the reason she redesigned her life. She wants 50-50 in a relationship, equal contributions, and she admits dating gets weird when your income dwarfs his. Is the 1 million a month line wild? Absolutely, and perfectly calibrated to go viral. But underneath the headline is a woman saying, "I won't shrink my life to make you comfortable." Whether you agree or not, that stance is consistent with the pivot. Onyx isn't just a name that fits the coin. He's the point of the coin: sovereignty, schedule, security. And yes, it's Playboi Carti, not Playboy. Sovereignty is expensive, and crypto is a high-risk way to pay for it. Crypto has a way of looking inevitable until it isn't. Mother's chart tells a familiar story. Blistering launch, euphoric top, brutal drawdown, choppy base, trackers show it roughly 96% from ATH. Market cap around 8 thumb now. You can call that a flop, or you can call it a case study in how internet attention behaves when there's a price ticker attached. For viewers, the lesson is boring but true. Never confuse content with cash flow, and never mistake a viral token for a savings account. Even she says the thing that matters is building a platform she can steer, not the number next to a ticker at 3 a.m. So what is she steering toward? That's the part most people are underestimating. Here's the line that matters. I wanted control back. That's not about charts or coins. That's about authorship. Whether Mother ever regains a 9-figure cap is trivia compared to whether Iggy sustains a company that prints new experiences on her terms. If she does, the hot take history will look silly. If she doesn't, the internet will have its victory lap. Either way, she already answered the question the music industry kept asking her to dodge. Why won't you just play the role we wrote for you? Because she's writing her own. We shall see if this crypto adventure works for her. It's too early to tell, and as we know, it can be a very turbulent mode of income and finances in general. And that, ironically, could be the most hip-hop thing she's ever done. So, that's the latest update on Iggy. It's honestly crazy how far she's come and where she's at now. We've noticed that a lot of people just love how chill she sounds in this interview, and they love her personality and think she's really laid back, mature, and they just love her overall vibe. She seems to be in a good place. Let me know what you guys think about everything Iggy talked about in the interview. What do you think about her quitting music? And what do you think about the standards she holds for herself? If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and help our channel grow. We hope to see you again soon.